So presence is, an amazing exploration because we think it's something to grasp. We think it's something that isn't here. What's your sense of presence in this
Well,
moment, or at
oh,
all,
yeah.
or at all?
So, as a Hakomi student, I think of presence very much as we are together. I am sensing a little anxiety in my body. I am tuned to you and your openness. I feel what's sort of going on. I'm an empath in a way, so I really am attuned to people. And the thing I think about the most, and that's why I get into the problem of what blocks my presence, is if I'm hungry or if I'm upset about something, I'm no longer tuning to that world. And that's what I mean by dropping out of presence.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you describe uh, are all these variations, all this separate things. There's thought, there's a self-concept about I'm an empath, there's an identification with hunger. I mean, so
Mm.
there's a lot of separate things that seem to make up your reality. Does does
Yes,
does that sound about accurate?
it is.
And how is that for you? I mean, I'm just curious
Yeah.
because I know you read my book, Opening to
Mhm.
the Mystery, and at the very end where I uh, describe this unfolding where what's recognized is there is no separation. This is all one field of experiencing. How do you live with this? I mean, how do you experience this? Or is that kind of something that kind of seems to come and go for you?
I was fascinated by the end of your book. And as you described that open awareness where you're just kind of seeing everything as energy and connection. And maybe, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's how I
Well,
perceive what you were saying.
Thank you for saying that because uh, I, I would not claim to see everything as energy or connection. I would not claim that. Um, how do I put that? I mean, that is so important what you're pointing to. Um, I don't see energy. It's simply experiencing that's flowing.
Okay.
I don't see connection. Again, that's an energy that's flowing. So I'm really so happy that you are helping me make those distinctions because what happens, Carol, is then people think they need to get to this other place where they're not there yet, and it just seems so unattainable.
Yes.
That is fabulous what we're coming to. It's all right here. And when we don't have a label for it, calling it energy or calling it empath, there's simply this ongoing, undivided flow of experiencing that really has no name, but is just a felt sense. And I'd
Mm.
really like to just take a moment with you uh, and feel this right here, right now. Just let's take a moment and feel this felt sense of being. I mean, you can
Wow.
feel this sense that you are. right here. This felt sense that you are, that you exist, not you, the Carol character, but you, this with a capital Y, this presence. Just take a moment. Let's just feel it. You notice sensation present. Now, we can again label it and say, oh, yeah, I can feel sensation on my butt and my feet on the floor. But let's just drop those labels too.
Mm.
There's just the felt sense of sensation. There's no feet, there's no butt. Those are labels. Without the labels, there's just this direct experiencing. This is what you are. You are this presence, this direct experiencing without any labels or ideas about anything. This is the true nature of your being, of your existence. Now we can have all kinds of ideas, you know, about me and my history and my identity. I mean, that's all fine. That shows up as appearance. It's not a problem, but it's just an appearance and it comes and goes.
So I'm curious, as we were doing that, I'm into neuroscience, and I was going, I'm leaving my left brain that labels everything and going into my right brain, which is more of
Well,
an
okay,
experiment.
hang on. Let's look at direct experience. Who or what is leaving anything in this moment? Is there any leaving anything occurring in this moment? Or is there simply this flow of presence?
Oh.
Feel it right now. Is there any leaving anything?
Probably not.
Wonderful. So, what is that? I'm leaving something. What is that actually?
The way my brain worked.
No, no, no. There's no brain. That's another
I
label.
can't even have a brain. If I only had a
Well,
brain.
what you know with direct experience is you know that thoughts come and go, right? So that's a thought that comes and goes. A thought that says, "Oh, I'm leaving my left brain and going to my right brain." That's simply a thought that comes and goes. That thought is now gone.
That's true.
And then now another thought comes in. But that's all the thought does. It's not solid. It doesn't have its own existence. It's just an energy that comes and goes. And what happens is we attach to it and think it's real. And then we give it this authority. And a lot of times that's what creates suffering, the authority we give to thought. But always you can come back to the breath. You can come back to sensation, not of anything, simply this flowing presence. Because, when you close your eyes, there's not, there's no body. There's no body. There's just this felt sense of being. Now, there's nothing wrong with ideas. And, ideas can be fun and we can, learn all about neuroscience and, those are all ideas. But our culture tends to kind of overpopulate in all these ideas and think that that's what is real, but it's always coming and going. And it creates, if I may say, it can create confusion and it can cause overlooking what's always present right here, which is this undeniable felt sense of being.
I am fascinated because I that's like I'm not a meditator. And I,
Me either, sweet one.
but this sounds almost like meditation to me. And it is sort of, when I start thinking about energy and being, it's like we're in a field now, you and I. And I don't guess I don't have very many words for it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's lovely to hear. There aren't, because the words are not it.
Hmm.
The words are not it. What is it is the felt sense of being. And I'll tell you from my own experience, things can get a lot quieter. And in that quietude, it's just more still. And in that kind of ongoing stillness, even, I mean, I could still be, sweeping the floor, but in that stillness, there's less thought bouncing around. And as a result of that, you know, more ongoingly, um, nothing is held on to as such a fact as it had been previously. So there's just more spaciousness. There's less conceptualizing because it's not necessary, I mean, I can still go shopping and, enjoy the birds in my garden. It's just more calm and there's less worry because these thoughts have less authority. And, it's interesting that you say it's like a meditation. Um, I understand exactly what you mean, but just to clarify, this isn't meditating. It's simply presence. It's simply pausing, experiencing the dimensions of your experience. Right now you can, if you wanted to really attend to the dimensions, you could pause and notice sound right here, right now. Whatever sound arises without labeling it. That's another thing. You go to label, but just listen, hear sound. Notice colors. If you let your eyes go soft and fuzzy, just barely open or looking through your peripheral vision, the the delineated lines that seem to separate this and that and the other thing are not present, and everything is just kind of soft and unfocused.
Mm.
And that's the way we used to notice as before language as children, just this field of colors, textures, shapes. And then we were kind of programmed, oh, focus, pay attention, you're in school. So we kind of just get hammered. There's vibes There's feelings that might just flow through experience. Thoughts might flow through experience, but it's all coming and going, all these different dimensions. And the breath is an anchor. The breath brings you right here, right now. And in fact, anytime you might feel distressed, a distressing thought, that's usually what's happening, right? A distressing thought pops up, and then you jump in the boat with that thought and you go down the river and you end up crashing over the waterfall. But when you can start to notice when you follow these thoughts, you can start to notice, come, return to presence that you already are, just through the breath. And through this breath, relaxation and attending to the dimensions, because the dimensions are not separate from you. Where are they appearing, Carol?
I'm not sure what you mean by dimensions even.
Oh, okay, the sounds,
Oh, the sound.
the
So, okay.
sensation. Yeah, those are
The
the dimensions
sensations.
of
Okay.
experience. The sounds, sensation, light, color. Where are they appearing?
I'm doing something right now, looking at something on my other screen.
No, 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 no. Leave the screen alone. Where is the dimension of sensation or sound? Where is it appearing?
I'm not even sure what you mean by that.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. So, how do you know you're sensing something right now? How do you know?
It's kind of funny because at one level, I don't know how I know. And
Are you feeling sensation?
yes,
Where
I'm,
are where are you feeling it without
I'm,
labeling? Where is it being felt?
I, oops, I just labeled it.
Okay. So, is it here in your direct experience?
Um, yes.
Yes, period, full stop. Sensation is here in your direct experience. No label needed. Where is sound appearing?
Hmm. It's just like a vibration in my ears, but
Okay, so now we've got a label.
yeah.
Yep. If you drop the label, vibration, and if you drop the label, ears, where is it appearing?
I don't know. As a neuroscience, I'd say scientist, I'd say
Okay, no,
something
no,
in
no,
my
no, no, no,
brain,
no.
but
A neuroscience is you being in your head and spinning concepts. That's fine. But what I am wanting to play with you is your direct experience here now. So you mentioned your ears hearing. Where is that? Is that somewhere else or is that here?
that's definitely here.
Oh, okay. So sound is being experienced here in your direct experience. Sensation is experienced here in your direct experience. Now, the part that's going to get tricky because of how we were programmed is whatever you're looking at seems to be there. Isn't that the case?
Kind of. I'm feeling joined with what I'm watching or what I'm seeing on my screen.
Okay. So that's a great step forward because what you might be recognizing is even vision that seems to be looking there is actually being experienced here in your visual field of experiencing. You are the totality. Everything is experienced here in your bubble of direct experience. This suggests that nothing is separate from the totality that you are. No separation.
I'm beginning to sort of feel this.
That is beautiful. And you can come back to this little, if you call it practice, again and again, and it kind of strengthens this recognition that is, really a step away from what we've been programmed and taught to believe. Everything is experienced here in your subjective existence, in your subjective reality. Despite that we were taught that, oh yeah, the tree is over there, but where is it being seen? It's being seen here in my experience. So there is nothing that is separate other than how thought holds things to be.
So I have a question. I
Sure, I
I
love
have a
questions.
I have a I don't know if I call it a practice or not, but sometimes when I walk in the morning by myself, I start feeling connected with things. And it's just like the woods, the trees, whatever's around me. And it's almost like I can sense being part of it. And so it's not necessarily just me, but it's this, and it's like a glimmer. I can't really get into it 100%. I can't really
Well,
join, but
what
I can
is actually
sense.
meaning? I can't get into it. I can't join 100%. Other than your thought is telling you, I can't and I'm not. Thought is telling you that. When and nature is actually one of the best places for that, is to feel the inseparability of the presence that you are and your entire surroundings. It doesn't mean, oh, I must be the tree. Well, tree is a label. I am a label. But if they're simply walking and breathing and experiencing and presencing, if you will, there is no separation because it's all an aspect of direct experience here now. The only thing that creates the separation are the labels. Tree, me. Without that thought process, they're
Mm.
simply experiencing.
And that makes perfect sense. Doing it, I think, is hard.
Oh, doing what? There's nothing to do. Tell me what you think you have to be doing.
Not labeling everything.
Well, okay, that's beautiful. I'm so glad that you're mentioning a not. So we're not talking about stopping anything. This is really important. Instead of trying to do a not, instead of trying to stop labeling, we simply notice. Notice thought spinning its story. It's always going to spin a story about me and this and that other thing, and I'm a this and that's that, and the brain, and it's always going to spin that. But here's the deal. Simply notice, come back to the breath.
Ah,
The noticing and the breath will simply interrupt the thought. Bring attention to sensation and the breath. It's simply redirecting experience. We've been so used to focusing on thought and label, thought and label, thought and label. I mean, it's just ingrained. Well, I don't want to say that. It's just hammered into our habits. It's just a habit. So coming to recognize this, what's really here, simply direct experience, unseparated from anything, we can simply keep returning to what's always and already here. We can just keep returning. It's kind of like um, building a muscle in a way,
Mm.
because we've been so used to building the thought muscle of me separate from everything. Well, now we can, build a muscle of presence, so to speak, and interrupt all these busy thoughts that are, insisting on everything being this separate thing and this and that and the other thing and all of our interpretations and what does this mean and, then reacting to the interpretation. It's simply reorienting. So reorienting to the existence that is right here, this felt sense that is always here, that gets overlooked, and what you truly are.
Take a bit of practice for me.
That's wonderful. What's wrong with that? You were practicing learning language, you were practicing believing all your thoughts. So why not practice this as well? I mean, because that's what everybody was doing. They were practicing believing thoughts were real.
And the truth is, it feels really good when I'm in that space.
Well, you're not in
Except I'm
that.
labeling good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm glad. I want to tell you, you're not in that space. You are present to your own existence. See, we push everything out. You're present to your own existence right here, right now. That's what's happening. And that's why it feels good. It's just not recognized. It's unfamiliar, but it is who and what you truly are, Carol.
I have a stone here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to find it
So
quickly.
I'm gonna wait. Hey, Carol,
Okay.
Carol,
Yep.
Carol, just
Yep.
pause. Can you look? Yeah, let's just stay with this. Let's just stay with this experiencing. Notice how thought wants to kind of jump to something else. In the time that we have left, maybe you share just kind of what this has been like for you.
Oh, it has been enlightening because I shouldn't probably even say
Well, there's
but
nothing wrong with the pronoun, sweet one. There's
okay,
nothing wrong with the pronouns. It just distinguishes you from me.
I have the joy of learning. And so when from your book and what you've told me today and we've discussed, and I'm sort of
Wait, wait, wait,
learning.
wait, 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 wait. What we discussed. So it was not really a discussion. If you really reflect, and I'm going to see if I can't send you the video. Um, it wasn't a discussion. You were exploring direct experience. And
Okay,
that's a very different way to frame it as opposed to we were having a discussion. You were
yes,
enjoying direct experience, experiencing the being that is here.
yes.
I am just delighted to have shared this with you. I'm so delighted that you are receptive to this. And just, what we came to together. There's a part of you that already is familiar with this. It just has a lot of overlays of, what we've been taught and programmed. And that can just begin to relax once this presence becomes, like more appreciated. We'll want more tastes of this that is always here.
This is very helpful because I've had another concept of presence, and I had a feeling that we were talking about two different things, and today has really illuminated the difference and the ways of being. So I am grateful for that.
Well, I'm thrilled. And if anytime you'd like to meet again like this is what I'm sharing on my YouTube channel. And so anytime you'd like to, um, have another play, I mean, we're here playing, aren't we? We're playing
Yes.
with experience. I mean, this is what I mean by playing with experience. And I would love for you to join me. And uh, thank you so, so much for being willing to uh, kind of leap out into the unknown. I really appreciate that. That's really what you did. You leapt into the unknown. You just allowed the little thought patterns and brain to go play somewhere else for the moment. Thank you so much, Carol. Let's be in touch.
Yes, and thank you. And I've been listening to your podcast, so
Oh, my YouTube channel.
our YouTube channel, whatever it's called.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. I'm going to drop you a note right after this.
Okay. Thank you so much. And until we meet again.
Yes, hopefully very soon. Thank you.